Hello, gentlemen. How are you all doing today? Kevin Chan again. It's usual 7:30 in the morning, right? So tomorrow I'll be in Vietnam, so you won't see me doing any broadcast for the next 4 days. Yeah, disappearing to Vietnam again. Let me see if I can do any content in Vietnam or not. Usual promise, right? So yeah, now today we're gonna talk about the feng shui setup for the month of November. Right, so almost end of the year of the snake already, right? So we are going into the fire pig Ting Hai month, right? So starting 7 November, which is today. Today, right? 7? No. Today is the 4th one, right? So another 5 more, 4th, 7th, 4th. 3 more days to go, right? So yeah, right. So you're gonna go into the month first, right? So morning first. Hello Bonnie, hello Pek Pui, hello Manuel, hello Guan Bun, hello PJ, right? So hello Kahing, how you guys all more doing, right? So hopefully everybody is doing super fine, right? So yeah, right. So yeah, I know it's a bit of a wet month. This particular month, everywhere basically is talking about La Nina. So yeah, and it's the annual I don't know, annual storm. No, it's the annual storm. La Nina seems to be the annual storm during this particular time. So it is also the nine heavens emperor period, right? Cao Wang Ye period, right? So that usually is raining pretty heavily. All right, so be careful for those of you who are Kei Soi, supposed to avoid water. Right, so I from small being cheated by my mom that I should be avoiding water. So hence has never learned how to swim, but never mind, right? So I'll take up swimming lesson. Okay, I string myself down to the smaller version, right? So as you can see, this particular month is what we call a fuin month. Fuin just means that it's same, that's all. Right, so welcome back, right? Only know your session lateness, like okay, Ama, right? So yeah, so fuin just means same. Right, don't get too complicated with things. A lot of people say, oh, fuin is no good. Not necessary, depend on the situation. Right, so if you are in a situation whereby it is a little bit difficult to control, fuin is actually good. So it makes things stable. So of course, if you are chasing progress, then fuin is no good, because fuin represents no progress. So if you need stability, fuin is good. If you need progress, fuin usually not really that good. Right, so but never mind, right? So let's go in and take a look, right? So it's the month of November. So November is in the north. Okay, wait. November is not in the north, it's still in the northwest. North is already red, right? So we go in and take a look at northwest first, right? So that's the month that we're gonna go. No, this one first. Wrong, this one first, right? So as usual, right? So come and join my Telegram group if you want to download stuff, right? So the chart for the 2024, which I combine all the Sensha, Qimen, Feng Shui information, is already published in the Telegram group already. You go to Telegram group, you go into the documents and also resources folder. You can basically find the PDF version, which is the clear version. Right, so if you need that to do your annual planning, please feel free to do so. Substack currently is publishing the what we call strategic guide for the 2026 for all the animal sign on all your pillar. Right, so if you want, you can go and join Substack and start reading that, or you can come and join us on the community channel. So we do have a community meetup here in KL at the end of a month, which is end of month, 1st of December, right? So 1st of December, one of our member Richard, is actually hosting the meetup. Hosting the place, right? So if you want to join, please go to the community channel, look at the thing, right? So if you're coming over to Malaysia for any reason at all, for the end of the month, 1st December, if you are still hanging around in Malaysia, come and join us. We have a meetup, right? So and then activation is very easy in feng shui. The core idea is to make the energy active by being yang. Yang means being active, right? So one of the easiest way is to sit in the corner or in the sector, as we call it, and do your work. So relevant work, not scrolling Facebook, right? So or you can use fire. Fire is a yang element that will also excite the energy and spread the energy in the house, or water, right? So you say, oh no, fire, water, which one is better? Fire will burn your house down, water will not. Right? Water, worst case scenario, you start mopping the floor if you spill the water. That's about it, right? So fire, if things go wrong, can go very long. Okay, right? So just be careful of that. Like, either one, I don't really bother too much as which method that you do use, right? So even on the extreme area, if you have a very noisy chihuahua that keep on barking and running around, you can also put into that corner. That will work as well. Yeah, you have to have something that is constantly moving, constantly noisy, right? So so that's why in the olden day they tell you not to put clock, which is the olden day grandfather clock with a swinging pendulum. So swinging pendulum is a moving object, isn't it? So nowadays you can even buy those very high-tech floating globes, those magnetic floating globes. Those one also work. Those one also work well, right? So you can put there, let the globe spin, but just be careful. That one, if your electricity cut off, the globe will break one. Water is the most stable one, cheapest, easiest. Just buy a bloody bucket, throw a pump into it. Usually, this particular is a rubbish bin, by the way. If you look at it, the blue color, it's a rubbish bin. It's a rubbish bin. No need to take anything. So for us in Malaysia, we every house usually have 1 or 2 of these. Because we always have water rationing. Okay, right. So we have water rationing. We use this to store waters, to survive that few days there where they do the water rationing. Right. So yes, our country ration water. Right. It's those things, right? So these are stuff that is available inside your house. It's very easy, very cheap, right? So either one, doesn't matter which one that you use. So this is the chart for the month, right? So now this chart is a combination of the annual energy. So the annual energy is the small number, so we overlap it with the monthly energy. So the monthly energy will move. So next year the annual energy will move. By the way, if you see a 2-number system in the academic of the feng shui, this is usually called the purple-white system. Okay, so if you study purple-white is to study the 81 combination. Purple-white is jiba quid, by the way. So, but in Cantonese, it sounds a bit vulgar. Okay, right, so back to here, right? So this is a fuin chart, which means that the year energy and the month energy is overlapping. So you can read it as intensifying energy, or you can read it as stagnant and moving energy. Right, so which means that everything go back to its original place. So everything go back to its original place. Everybody becomes stable, same stable. So when it intensify, mean that particular energy become much more stronger. So let's take a look at the month of the pig, which is November. So November is situated in northwest, by the way, right? So situated in northwest. So next year December is next month December is in the north. Then January is gonna go to the northeast. So these are, if you have the compass, the 24 mountain as we call it, you would see the actual animal sign in that particular directional sector. Right, so that's how we know which animal sign is assigned to which sector. Right, so come, let's take a look at northwest. Bless myself. Okay, so northwest got the star number 3, right? So now the star number 3 and star number 6 has never been friend. So the original star in the palace of northwest is actually star number 6. That is the original star, right? So now that the star number 3 come in, so it's like the again, so the star number 3 is actually the eldest son in, if you are studying trigram, right? Is the eldest son. So this one is the situation of the eldest son and the father's fighting for power, right? So fighting for power. So this one I tell you is the young resisting the old. Very normal if you want growth, right? So if you want growth, a lot of time you break free of whatever it is. But the key point here is actually responsibility, right? So a lot of people want power and authority, but a lot of people doesn't know how to pick up the responsibility of having power and authority. Right? This one is what Uncle Ben in Spider-Man said, right? With great power come great responsibility, right? So yes, you can fight the power and authority. You can fight your father, right? So a lot of time, you can see a lot of children, they like to fight the parent, right? So now, frankly speaking, if you are so good, you go outside and make a living out of yourself. Right? So seriously, right? If you can find enough money to pay for your own lodging, you can find enough money to pay for your own food, you can find enough money to pay for your phone bill, you can find enough money to pay for your internet data, by all means well that you have the right to demand whatever you want. Just go out and do it on your own. But if you are still living under the roof of your parent, please shut your mouth. That's all I need. Understand or not? I know it sounds very crude. So this one, if you are the person who is trying to break free of certain grappling rules and regulation, probably this particular palace would be a good palace to trigger, right? So good palace to trigger. But again, you better be able to take up the responsibility of doing that breaking as well. So you would directly lose the protection that is given to you, right? You want your freedom, you know, you want to get out of the city wall. So when you're in the city, there's a lot of rules and regulation that you need to follow in the city, right? So if you don't want, then, you know, you can get out of the city wall. So when you go out of the city wall, you don't complain that you're attacked by tiger. You don't complain that, you know, you're attacked by bandit. You know, you say, oh no, I didn't sign up for it. I didn't know that. You know, there's no such things as I didn't know, right? So, you know, the only reason why you are safe is because somebody else has been, you know, pushing away all the dangerous thing from you. All right. So if you are thinking that, you know, you are ready to fight the power to be, right? So, you know, yeah, you know, up to you, right? So because it is a very strong, so you can see that the hexagram, the tribe hexagram is a thunder hexagram. Thunder hexagram means a sudden surprising move, right? So this also can be a situation if you're the boss, if you're the boss, you will suddenly find a mutiny in your hand. One fella who you have been trusted, you know, a lot, right? So this is the in Star Wars, it would be the in the evil side, you know, on the what we call the Sith side, right? So there can only be one Sith Lord and also one Sith, you know. It's not like the Jedi and Padawan, right? So it's very different, right? So the Sith, if they want to, you know, go up, they need to kill the Sith Lord. Right, they can be only one, you know, it's like Highlander thingy, right? So you can have this situation now. So if you're the leader, you know, and this happened to be your palace, so you activate this particular palace, you better be ready for a mutiny. Right? So, you know, it's like, you know, so can use, cannot use, depending, right? So again, you know, if you feel like, you know, you are ready to take up the full brunt of the responsibility for hitting on your, for biting the hand that feed you, nothing wrong with it. Okay, right? So if you're ready for that, you know, then, you know, go ahead, right? The energy could actually propel you into the motion of replacing your boss. Okay, right? But then after replacing your boss already, you know, you better be ready to take care of whatever that your boss have been holding back from you lah. You know, there could be a dark monster out there that, you know, is ready to kill you or whatever it is, right? So come, let's go into the west. You know, we'll go counterclockwise. So the star number 4, you know, as usual, the star number 4 is the, you know, supposedly is the star of wisdom. So you guys know star number 4 is the star of you know, academic, right? So all the kind of thing. But right now it is falling into the metal star number 7, right? So this is like the star number 4 being cut off lah, right? So no, so now you see, in the olden days, smart people is not supposed to talk too much, but the palace of the west is the talking palace. Right? So this is, you know, somebody who is talking a lot of thing, and when you talk a lot of thing become rubbish. Right? So this is the gossip rumor thingy, right? So you guys have seen people who try to do PowerPoint slide that, you know, has just too many wording on the slide. No, it's like they have the entire essay on the slide, right? It's those type of situation, right? So you distract people from the actual point of whatever that you're trying to make. So, you know, you think you are smart, but because you are over communicating to people, you know, people just don't understand what the hell that you're communicating. You have this particular situation. But of course, you know, if you are in a situation whereby, you know, you just want information, like brainstorming session is fine, right? So if you're gonna use in it, so you know, if you are gonna host a brainstorming session, idea generation session, right? So, you know, you can choose a room which is happen to be in the west next month. That room would be good for, you know, generally speaking, it's called gossiping, by the way. You know, the wind hexagram is very good for carrying information, right? You know, then there is gossip, propaganda, you know, this sort of stuff. Right, so where you don't really care whether fact is fact or not, right? You don't really care whether fact is fact or not. You know, you just want stuff to fly around. You just want stuff to, you know, spread around. You know, so which is rumor, fact, right? So if you happen to be a operator of a entertainment tabloid, then, you know, this particular activation of this particular energy will helpful for you. You will get, you know, more gossip than you can handle. right? So, but for us, the normal folk, this usually can be a bit more drowning, right? So a bit more drowning. This is like too many radio stations is turned on at the same time. Have you guys actually tried turning on different radio station on different frequency? You know, let's say that you got 10 radio, right? All 10 is different thingy and you turn it on together. What do you hear? Bunch of noises. All of them can be, you know, talking about, you know, or you go to a TV shop. You know, go to a TV shop, every single TV is showing you different channel. You try and stand there and watch all the channel at the same time, you know, and then after 10 minutes come out, you know, I ask you, you know, what is the news there, you know, so I guarantee you cannot tell me anything. You just can't process it, right? So, no, but entertaining. It's like looking at, you know, New York, you know, the street light. It's very entertaining, you know, like a lot of things is happening, a lot of advertising is going on, but in the end, you don't get anything, right? Right, so if you want those sort of energy, you know, then you can go and activate the West. Is it good for studying? Actually, not really that good. Okay, right. So you probably would have a lot of information that is, you know, rubbish class. Okay, right. So Star got star number 8. You know, the star number 8 has always been the everybody favorite called the well star. Right, so by now you guys should know, right? The star number 8 doesn't carry money, right? It only carries job. If your job is not converted into money, then, you know, you are basically just busy. Okay, you're basically just busy, right? So no, this is basically the busy sector, right? So no, so question is, should you still activate it? Depend on your situation. No? Does getting busy convert to money, right? So if you are an accountant, you activate this particular thing, you know, you just have more account to handle only. No? So, you know, probably your transaction volume will increase for the month. No, suddenly got more expenses to process. I don't know whether you are happy with that or not, right? So, no, but if you are in sales, definitely this is a good thing if you are in sales, right? So, sales basically mean there are more transactions for you to go through, right? So, higher transaction mean higher closing rate. Right, so, you know, it's like normally if you see 3 clients, you know, if you activate this, probably you will be looking at, you know, 6 to 8 clients. So then, you know, your closing rate would be, you know, higher, depending on what the closing rate is. Then that makes sense. If you are running a business, then, you know, the walk-in customer or the business volume, the people that you need to handle basically increases. Work increases, right? So the number of work basically increases. So again, you know, if your work has nothing to tie on to your income, then you are basically just being busy. So depending, right? So being busy also, you know, it's like, you know, is there anything wrong with being busy? Depend, right? So if you are looking for opportunity to improve your experience by being more exposed to the work, you know, because you need to learn quickly, this is also good for you to activate. So you get, you know, other people who don't want to do kind of job will all land onto you. And, you know, you happen to be able to have more opportunity to practice. And that's why, you know, your skill set improve. As your skill set improve, people get more confident of you. They dump more thing onto you. Now, you know, you start to take a look at it. That does not sound like a good thing. Again, it depends on how you see work volume. Right, but the star number 8 is very good at increasing work volume. Tried out many times already. I tried out many times, you know, I've helped a lot of clients in terms of using the star number 8. Confirm, they tell you, you know, when I activate star number 8, everybody come to find me, you know, it's like you're the most important person. But in the end, I asked, you know, would that, you know, help you with your salary? No. All right, so no, that you need to be careful and you know that what game that you are playing. Right, so no, that one, you know, up to you. I can't control it. Please do not assume that star number 8 will bring you money. The idea of that is being hardworking. You're working harder on your farm. You will have more produce. More produce take to the market. You sell more. Make sense? You're a fisherman, same thing. You know, you're more hardworking. You go out to the sea at a longer hour. Longer hour, catch more fish, come back more fish to sell. Right. So carpenter, the same. You know, you would longer time. You cut tree faster. You got more wood. You can make more furniture. Sell more furniture. That's how money come from. It's from your effort. It's not from sitting there doing the same thing. You know, a lot of people think that, no, I want to do the exact same thing. You know, I want to put in the exact same amount of effort, but I want people to give me more. That deal usually doesn't happen. Okay, that sort of deal, it's like, oh, I want to do more, less, then get more. Nah, doesn't happen. Right, so let's take a look at the South. South got star number 6. Right, so star number 6 is the star of power and authority. So when the star number 6 go into the fire palace, so you guys know that fire counter, this star number 6, it is actually called exposure. So now in the olden day, leaders is actually a lot of time hidden one, not like right now, because leader very popular for assassination. Right, so now I just came back from this forbidden city, right? So you ask, why forbidden city? A lot of people tells you forbidden city is that outside people cannot go in. In actual sense, it's actually inside people cannot go out. Forbidden city is a jail. Right? Forbidden city is the high class jail. Right? Anybody who go in and serve the forbidden city usually never comes out. Okay, right, so that's basically, when you come out, it's basically your body that come out, right? So you don't come out of the forbidden city, right? So this is called exposure, right? So people will start to see who is the leader, right? So when they see who is the leader, they will target you, right? So in the olden day, it is actually a very dangerous proposition to have the star number 6 in the what we call in the fire palace. Right, so when every time the star number 6 is being subjected to a fire energy, they call it fossil tin. Right, so it's the burning of the heavens gate. So your leadership is actually right now being challenged. Right, so need to be a bit careful. Right, so but today, if you like to advertise your leadership, great energy, right? So great energy for you to be in the spotlight. So again, every single time when there is an opportunity to be in the spotlight, you just need to be careful of, if you have substance, it is good. When you don't have substance, it's very bad one, being exposed. Right, so it's like, being caught not wearing a shirt. If your body got 6-pack, not wearing a shirt is fine. Right, so it's like, being caught, in your lingerie. Right, so if your, if your body is awesome, right, so bikini awesome, and 6-pack beach awesome, right, then fine, right, so you're good. But if you are, like a slob, that wouldn't be good, isn't it? Right, so you guys know, you guys understand, right? So this particular energy right now is basically exposing the leadership. Right, so again, in the olden day, this is pretty bad. Today, no problem. Right, so you basically are coming out telling people that, I'm a great leader, whatever it is. But you better have the substance to, again, take up responsibility, being able to shoulder stuff that need to be shouldered. Don't just go up there, thinking that, kumbaya, you want to become the leader. Right, so but when the important stuff come to your hand and you make the decision, you chicken shit out of the situation. Bam. All right, so now the heaven hexagram. Now heaven hexagram, a lot of people will interpret this and oh good, heaven hexagram is actually telling you even God also don't want to get involved with you. Right, in a way, is the confident level is God. Heaven's telling you that you can handle the situation. I'm not getting involved. You can handle the situation. Right, so really, you can handle the situation, really. Okay, ask yourself whether you are really prepared to take up the leadership position, and this is a leadership position where everybody is gonna look at you. You're gonna get scrutinized for whatever that you're doing. So are you really ready for that? So this is got no opportunity for you. Got oops, I'm still on learning wheel. No, if you make mistake, everybody is gonna see you as a mistaken failure. Whatever. Right, so now if you want exposure, activate this particular sector. Epic level of exposure. Okay, right, so let's take a look at the Xun Gua. You got the star number 1, right? So this is 1-4 formation, right? So now 1-4 formation is basically pretty good for information gathering. Right, so you know that the water star, which is star number 1, will further reinforce and grow the wood palace. Right, so which means that you'll be able to gather useful information. Good for people who are actually in the when we talk, when I said about in the investment line, please, it's not a casino betting. A lot of people think that investment is casino betting. Oh no, do I have investment luck? And there's no such thing as investment luck. Right, so it's about you being able to process the information in a way that it should be processed or not. right? So if you want to gather information, right? So in the olden day, gather information means people from all over the places come to a town. Only in this particular town whereby people from north, south, east, west is crossing the town, this particular town will have a lot of information because everybody carries stories. Right now, right now your handphone is one of the main story carrier, which is called algorithm. Right, so recently, so you guys know, I went to China, right? So I was looking at some luggages. So right now my handphone is full of luggages. Same luggage, different brand. Right, you start to see all this, right? So the water hexagram usually is talking to you about danger. Right, so it's also talking about danger, right? So things that you need to be careful of, because water, the problem with water is that you cannot see the depth of the problem. Okay, right? You cannot see the depth of the problem. That's what the water is basically telling you. Right, so if you are looking for information gathering, right? So of course, if you are in the process of studying is an information gathering phase. This would be a marvelous palace for you to sit yourself in terms of all the studying and doing all the research, reading all your books, all these kind of things. This palace will be very good. Right, so do and use that palace, if you are in the research line, information gathering line, you are in the R&D research and development line, all these kind, even tourism also, this one would basically be very helpful, right? So East got the star number 9, right? So anytime the wood and the fire together, we call them the wood fire brilliance, mok fo tong ming, right? So this basically bring out the talent in you. Mok fo tong ming is bringing out the talent in you. Right, so wood being burned, right? So wood being burned, bringing out the talent in you, right? So it's a very big what we call transformation phase for a person. So if you are looking to stand out, letting people know that this is basically your talent, right? So as usual, this one is very good for the influencer industry. People in the influencer industry basically would be there. So if you are in the education industry, this one will also be helpful, right? But specifically, you need to know the star number 3, because this is combined with star number 3. These are more to the fighting side, right? So Mo Sang side, right? So when we go to Beijing, right? So when we go to Beijing, we will talk about the feng shui design of the Forbidden City. So you will see that very clearly. The west side is for the fighting, whereas the east side is for the literature. Right, so there is even 2 separate palaces, which is the Ying Mo Gong, right? Ying Mo Gong, and also Man Wan Gong, right? So 2 sides of it. So when we go that time, we will visit both sides and let you know, right? So those are the feng shui design. So this one is basically good for the fighting scholar. It's for the Mo Gun, not for the Man Gun. Right? So if the 9 combined with 4, then it's very good for the Man Gun, not good for the Mo Gun. So this one is good for the Mo Gun. Right? So convert to right now is good for sportsman. Right, today's sportsman is equivalent to the Mogun, right? So Mangun is the academic guy, right? So or in the academic line, this is called co-curriculum activity. Sports law, okay? Right, so non-academic activity, co-curriculum activity. This is good for that, right? So if you are in the co-curriculum line, you're in the sports line, this one will basically highlight your talent. Cool, right? So just to inform you guys that you guys can see that the chat screen is not moving, okay? Right, so it's either you guys are not typing anything or the chat screen has been cut off, or the entire broadcast has been cut off. I don't know. All my screen is still moving, so I just pretend to talk. All right, so go into the northeast, right? So north, you got star number 5. Don't touch. Right. If you really want to get yourself stuck in the mud. Alright, so this one, this one, please don't say that this is a bit evil, So if you want your company to suddenly grind to a halt, go and activate your northeast in your company. Right, no good, right? So you want certain project to nail in the final coffin. Okay, you can activate this. Pretty bad, no, please don't play with it. Please, in your house, do not touch the northeast sector for the entire month of November. Don't touch it. You probably could not bear consequence of playing around with this energy. Right, so just don't touch it, right? So no, the part of it of going to your office and activating is unless you really hate your company. Right, so go to your go to your what we call your neighbor competitor site and do a ground digging on their novice. All right, so enough with that, right? So star number 7. So you guys know that star number 7 is the star of communication, right? So the star number 7 again, it empowers the star number 1, which is the North Palace, right? So it causes the North Palace to be much more stronger. In this current situation is too much talking, right? So the Marsh hexagram basically means it's the merging of 2 ponds. So situation is that too much rain, the pond is overflowing, the 2 ponds is merging. So it's actually too much water. So this one is too many people talking. Right? So too many people talking is good or bad. Again, if you are in a situation where you want people to talk, good luck. Right? So but when too many people talking, again, your situation is that you get a lot of noises. Right? So here I tell you, it's a NATO situation. Everybody this is like a party. So it's like coming to a party and you're coming to a very lively party somewhere. But everybody, talking to each other, it's coming to a convention, maybe, everybody is like, yada. In the end, right, so your hand is full of name card. Everybody, today, maybe they all exchange their Instagram or whatever it is, but in actual sense, nothing ever happened. No deal, and there's no deal happening at all. No actual collaboration happening, it's just a happy session, probably get a lot of alcohol. 7-1 actually is a very social combination. A lot of alcohol, a lot of young women. 7 represent young women, okay, young chicks. So a lot of young chicks, all around, it's very sexual energy, right? So yeah. Promises, right? So if you're throwing party, this is the best energy to activate. So if you're throwing party, right, before the party start, you go and activate the North. Right, so you have a very lively party, everybody chit-chatting, everybody very happy, right? So everybody happy, go back that time, then you found out that actually nothing ever happened. So it's like a very happy, empty situation for you. So again, if it's useful, go ahead and do it, right? So useful, then go ahead and do it. There's no good or bad, right? So if you take a look at it, some of the, I would say that safely recommended sector to use is Southwest, right? So Southwest, yeah, it's just hardworking only, you probably a bit burnout, right? So or you go to East. East is actually the most relaxing, by the way. So which means if everything feels, you can go and use the East, right? So then some people will say that, but East is where the Grand Duke is. Nothing one. A Grand Duke basically, again, you just intensify everything on the Grand Duke. Nothing one. So then, but what about the trick killing? Yeah, I know you got a lot of East first, right? So just ask yourself, do you want to be smarter? If you want to be smarter, just go and activate the Southeast. The rest of things, don't worry about it too much. All right, guys. All right, so this is your feng shui. So tomorrow I'll be in Vietnam. Right, so you won't be seeing me doing any broadcasting. Then by the time I come back, it would have won into the month of November already. So probably I come back, then we will still talk about the achievement. So yes, we still talk about it. Okay, cool. That's it, guys. See you guys again. Now only moving 5-4D at Grand Duke sector can amplify my money. 4D amplify money. No idea. But Kai, if you really want to go and do 4D, you can actually Chiman, you go and find the door, right? So you're going to find the door. You need to walk into harm door. Okay, right? So if got enemy palace, how to activate the star 5? Can't hack, can't put water. What do you mean by can't hack? Hack, you can always hack one. You can always hack people's house. Okay, right, so see you guys, bye.